listeners, and welcome to the second episode of Teen Innovators, brought to you by NGT 360. In our last episode, we dove into the incredible opportunities NGT 360 offers and how it empowers teens to break into the business world. This season, we'll be following the journey of the 2024 through 2025 competition, guiding high school students through the process and sharing valuable business insights. Today, we're tackling the first and often the toughest step in launching a business, ideation. Today, we've got three special guests joining us. First, we have Leonard Seto, who is a member of last year's first place winning team, New2Fit. Then we have Sahanah Saiganesh, who is a member of last year's second place winning team, College Knowledge. And last, we have Zacharie Cobbs, who won last year's Bold Innovator Award. So, Lenny, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leonard Seto, and I'm a senior at Palm Harbor University High School. Some of my passions include engineering and computer science, which I intend to pursue in college. I also am really into fitness, which helped spark the idea for my app, New2Fit.
That sounds great. So, Sahanah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sahanah Saiganesh. I'm a junior at Strawberry Crest High School. And I have an interest that spreads throughout business, but also into engineering and astrophysics. I also have a really big passion in trying to get into the college of my dreams.
That sounds great. So, Zacharie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Zacharie Cobbs. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a senior at Blake High School. Now, my interest tends to vary wide. My main goal when it comes to I'll say my passion is the people. I plan to become the congresswoman, but my first love was acting. That's what I go to Blake for. I'm a part of the theater program, and I also own my own fashion brand called Zoetic Chrome.
Wow, so we have a lot of high achievers here with us today. So let's get into some of the questions. So first, what motivated each of you to create your respective teams? And how did you come up with the idea?
Well, I remember as a high schooler, when I entered high school, right, suddenly there was this whole bombardment of information and planning for college and, like, the rest of your life. And honestly, it was really overwhelming. And I related to that with my teammates, and we decided that we needed to create a solution for this. We needed to make the life of high schoolers easy, because we're all just teens. We shouldn't be faced with such a big task of deciding a whole life future without the proper guidance. So there we came up with College Knowledge, right? We related it to our interests and our problems so that we could tackle something that we have a connection to.
So honestly, when me and my team came into this program, we had no idea what we wanted to do. But thanks to the mentorship of the mentors here, we came up with a good idea because we thought of an idea that affects all of us on our team. And what that is fitness. So most of us began lifting in high school, and at the beginning we didn't really know what we were doing. And it was a big problem since we were getting injured a lot. So we thought a good idea would be an app that helps beginners in the gym.
And for my team, I came in mid-year of the program, so I don't have too much of a how did the team start. But what I can say is that coming into this year, last year taught me what to look for when it comes to teammates. But at the time, our main goal was to create a business to help youth entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys all had something you were passionate about, and then you just, developed a business based off of that. So that's really cool. So what were some of the key challenges that you guys faced, and how did you overcome them?
For my team, one of the main challenges were honestly following the rules. I would say one. Team collaboration, communication, one of the biggest things, keeping us on track, and then, of course, time management. We all have very proactive lives, one of them being the president of Men Vision, me with my theater, and the other one with violin, had us all over the place, so time management was one of the hardest things, but again, with the mentorship, that came in hand, and that kind of got us all back on track.
Yeah, I really relate with with time management. I remember when we entered the program, just to come up with the idea was a whole process. So in college knowledge, we have a team of 5 people, and it kind of became difficult to to combine our interests and come up with one main goal. We all knew that we wanted to help high schoolers get into college, but we had no way of how to approach that problem, right? We found something that we related to, but we didn't know what to do with it. I say that it took a lot of time and effort to come into our idea and to come and figure out how to make it coercive. I would say the mentors in this program really helped us shape our idea. They took what we already had and guided us towards making it as a product that would actually succeed in the business world.
Well, our success, my team's success, definitely didn't come smoothly. When we entered the program, we weren't that good at presenting or speaking or communicating, but through the mentorship of the mentors, they really helped us improve that by giving us good feedback and not necessarily doing things for us, but leading us on to what is good for us.
Right. So I think one of the biggest takeaways here is that, every team faces some sort of challenges, but you kind of just have to navigate your way through each of your challenges and find a solution that really helps you guys and is also long-lasting so that, these problems don't happen in the future. So another question, what do you think made each of your businesses or your products stand out?
From my experience in college knowledge, for our idea, what I would say made it stand out was the fact that we each had a personal connection to it. I want to stress this to our listeners today, that to connect with your problem helps you approach it in a more effective manner, right? So for it to stand out, we had to make sure that our idea wasn't out of the world. Sometimes the best ideas and the best solutions to problems are the ones that are right in front of your face. We decided that the best way to approach our problem was to create a networking solution. Instead of coming up with a solution with technology or without the proper resources, we decided the best way to go to it was to the source. This was a big problem for us as we didn't know how to find the information for high schoolers, because we as high schoolers couldn't find information about college. And to get over that roadblock was a big deal because we weren't really used to coming up with ideas, creating and thinking out of the box. So this program really helped us as a team to figure out how to go out of the normal box of thinking.
I feel like what made my team's business stand out is the simple fact that, we were youth trying to create a whole ecosystem for the teen entrepreneurs in the world. So I think that was one of the biggest things, that we were trying to create, again, an ecosystem for us to all come together and be able to benefit off of one another.
I agree with Sahanah about finding an idea that you guys are truly passionate about. We found it really good that we were all motivated to see through that our app came to fruition, because we were all affected by it, and it's really important to fix it. But we approached it differently because we used AI to fix the user's form in our app. We also had a network for them to communicate with other gym goers, which is also important. So we believe that the use of technology and a good network is very good for this program.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lenny, that our connection to our topic was the key to our motivation throughout the program.
Right. So, honestly, just having a passion is really what you need to succeed in this program, being passionate about something. Yeah, I love that. So, how do you think each of your experiences with NGT 360 shaped your perspective on business and leadership?
I feel like for me, throughout this whole experience, it really showed me how much of a leader I am. And it really pushed me to recognize how much being humble is something that you need when it comes to being successful. It pushed me to learn how much communication is something that we all need when it comes to you having a business. you need to be passionate about it because you will go months and possibly even years without making anything off of it. But like how you all said, that passion is what's going to keep you going even through the rough times. Again, communication, something I learned that we say that's easy just to speak, but when you're actually in the midst of conflict, a lot of people, we tend to recognize how hard it is for us to actually speak up. Again, back on being humble. Being humble is a big thing that a lot of us tend to overlook until we maybe hit rock bottom. So that, and as my last one, I would say confidence, and my bad, practice.
Yeah, I agree with you, Zacharie, that really the program helped us as a team vocalize our thoughts and learn to communicate effectively with each other. The program taught us this skill, right? It really helped us figure out our topic and our idea for our business, because it's not just about having it in your head. You have to know how to write it out, how to explain it to another person. That's the only way you can create your business and your idea to become successful and to really reach places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think communication is really important, and this program was able to teach us about that. I think communication was key when we were communicating with mentors and peers to get feedback on our product. And to improve your product, it's really important to communicate with others. And this program really helped us with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with everything that you guys just said here, that, you know, NGT really does help you build these skills that you need to not only succeed in NGT, but also in the business world. So just to see, you know, you guys have gone through this whole program. So now, what advice would you give to students who are nervous about stepping into leadership roles?
My advice would be, is all about your mindset. In anything you do, especially when it comes to you having to present something to people, you're going to be nervous. That's a given. It's about how you see it. You have to kind of flip that nervousness to like, oh no, I'm just excited. And the people with, even with you, I would say that maybe have the quote unquote biggest power, they get nervous too. But it's about you pushing past that, because when you move past that nervousness and you accomplish what your goal is, you'll feel so proud of yourself that you wouldn't even think about, dang, I was so nervous.
I would say that it's really important to just put yourself out there, and if you're nervous about this program and leadership, I would just say, just do it. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's okay, because this program is meant for you to learn about yourself and learn how to become a leader, and it's really good for that.
Yeah, to add on, I would just say don't be intimidated. Yes, the idea of the thought of coming up with an idea to solve a big world problem can seem like a big task, but really your job is to help people. It's to add to your community. And when you take that approach to ideation, I would say the task isn't as daunting. When you look out to add to your community, to create value, right, and to make the world a better place, it's easier to come up with a problem and a solution, an effective solution to that problem.
Yeah, I mean, I love all of that, especially Zacharie, what you said about turning, you know, your nervousness into excitement. That's really powerful when it comes to stepping into new roles, and I think that would really help a lot of people who are nervous about this kind of thing. So, for each of you individually, how important is networking in the business world, and how has your own network supported your journey?
Well, I would say networking was crucial because while you may have an idea, right, to understand how that idea or that solution actually applies in the real world, talking and connecting to experts or to your customer group, it teaches you how to fix your idea, to fix your solution, and you'll tailor it to actually help the people you're trying to help. Because often you don't understand the extent of the problem until you're in their shoes. And while you may think of one way to solve the problem, there are always many different ways to it, either easier or more effective. And I think, for me especially, networking was the way that I found all these solutions. Networking was the way that I understood what was going on in the world around me, and without being able to get that understanding, I wouldn't have been able or we as a team would not have been able to come up with our idea and actually make it such an effective tool.
I agree with the network being really important because without the support, you wouldn't be able to do this by yourself. I definitely couldn't have done this program by myself. I needed my team, and they needed me as well. So it's really important to expand your network, find close friends, and succeed together.
Honestly, networking is your best friend in anything you do. When it comes to school, when it comes to politics, when it comes to business as a whole, networking is your best friend. A lot of people tend to say, well, it's not your net worth, it's your network, and that's honestly the truth. That's when it comes to also your nerves. A lot of times when it comes to networking, especially when you're not used to it, you're going to be nervous walking up to people, approaching people, hey, can you be my mentor, or whatever the case may be. But you have to move past that, because once you build up that branch of people that, A, believe in you, believe in your purpose, see the moral that you have, and agree with that moral, those are the people you want to clamp onto, because you never know who knows who. So that may be able to get you towards your next door.
Yeah, exactly. So like networking is really crucial to succeeding, not only like in the NGT program, but really just in the business world as a whole. Yeah. So my last question for each of you guys. If you could give one piece of advice to a high schooler starting their first business idea, what would it be?
I would say it's very important to be creative, or it's very important to come up with different ways to look at the problem, right? You have to go out there, network with people, and figure out what you can add to society. For example, for our team to create our app, to come up with the idea of college knowledge to help high school students get into college. Sure, it was a problem that we faced, but how would we have known that it would help a greater set of people, a greater group of people? Simple, by talking to other high schoolers, not just at our school, not just in that niche, but reaching out to high schoolers in many different places, in different house situations, in different lifestyles, how they could benefit from our app of college knowledge, how they could benefit from a network of college students to learn more about what they could do for their future. To sum up, right, that one thing that you need is to be bold, to go out there and explore every possible perspective that there is when you come up with your idea.
I would say my biggest piece of advice is to find something you're passionate about. I just like to reiterate this because without having a passion for our product, we definitely couldn't have made it this far. We found motivation because of our passion, and it's just really important to find something you're motivated to do.
My advice would be to recognize that patience is key. Success does not come within the blink of an eye. You may have to wait days, hours, months, years, and drawing in that passion point, you have to have your passion line up with what you want to go towards. Because patience is really what pushes a lot of businesses to failure, because they tend to try to move too fast. I gotta have it. When reality, you have to take it slow and acknowledge that, again, success does not come within the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is so true, guys, and I think this is going to be really impactful for our listeners. So thank you. So listening to 2 or 3 very different outlooks on a similar topic gives us such a unique view on ideation and helps those of you listening gain some perspective despite your age. For high schoolers who want to dive into topics like this themselves, the NGT 360 program is the perfect opportunity to improve your business skills with your friends. And the signups for the Innovate 360 bootcamps have recently opened. So make sure to sign up for the opportunity to work with amazing mentors like Lenny, Sahanah, and Zacharie. Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of Teen Innovators, brought to you by NGT 360.